How funny is that? Hi. I am checking out my live. Oh, hello. I know. Check it out. There are a couple things I need to talk about. Moderation help everyone feel safe. Hmm, isn't that interesting? Welcome, Out of Body Explorers. I am live. I am just testing out my live today. Also, I want to give a couple of messages before anybody um, has a question on like what am I doing. This is my first live for YouTube, but what I'd like to tell everybody is that the messages that I want to bring out are for the awakening. And as an out-of-body explorer, you know, I'm able to go backwards and forwards in time, and they're really God's messages. So I don't jump into those dimensions on purpose. I allowed God to structure it. So I am not in situations that aren't good for me. Although I have been in situations that um, doors were open that I did not want to be in. So what I want everybody to know is there are things I had to write them down because I want to say Happy New Year. And I know everybody always has like this is what I'm going to do, resolutions for this year and everything, which I think is great. They're telling me right now in my head is that I believe in vision boards, and those vision boards always get connected to, you know, your spirit in the sense that it makes you creative. So no, that is important. Also hearing right now, as an out-of-body explorer, I want you to know you open up doors to being psychic. So I don't think people realize that because I don't talk a lot about that in my videos. I talk about situations that have occurred to me, which were memories that were, you know, your memories are wiped. And you don't come into earth as a full brain. I also don't ask for money, and YouTube doesn't push my videos forward if I start talking to you about the truth and the things that I've seen. Now I'm looking at a lot of videos that are going on right now with new people getting on. For example, there is this person that's on YouTube, and I love their messages, but it's almost like she has all the same messages that I have, and I did them in these videos 2 years ago. So I didn't realize I even had 162 videos online. So that's one. And I'm like kind of curious, you know, there are some things I'm realizing that people are getting messages from certain people, and that people that you follow are you're in their vibration. So do not forget this part. There are dark people still out there, even though I know they keep saying that, you know, the light beings are helping us. Yes, they are. But don't forget, the rest are still struggling with entities because we're going to talk about your alcohol and your drugs. They come with vices. Those are the vices in there. So no, in my experience of these out of body experiences I've had, I've seen people with their chips in them, people that got their chips taken out. And so everybody that I deal with at this very moment is connected to another world that I always ask God to help them. I literally say, please help them at this moment and teach me the lessons I need to learn. So yesterday, I mean, every day I have an incredible day to talk about because it's like amazing. But anyway, let me get back to why I'm actually talking um, to my little situation. I don't even know what that means. I'm going to close this little thing here. Okay, because like I said, this is my first time, and I don't even know what I'm going to say. I do know what I'm going to say. What am I talking about? I'm saying I don't know how to use any of these chat things because nobody knows that I have any of this because I haven't done any of the emails. Like when I drop a video, I should be emailing everybody right now. So that is one of the things that I will step up in this world, because I do see in the next 3 months that there will be people that need a lot of assistance. And those people need to live by their words, because I think that's one of the things that bothered me as a coach in the real world. I will coach you to success, but it's not because of the skill. It's more of the camaraderie and what you believe in. So I take in those souls that need to do the right thing. And the ones that don't do the right thing do not come to the program, which is, you know, like I said, I lead a bunch of boys to championships. And that was one of my things in my other lifetime, where I lead boys or men into combat. So we're always consistently saving people. Anyway, here are the things that I'd like you to remember, or at least these are the things that I'd like you to work on if you do not know that the world is changing and that there are light beings coming in. If you don't know that, I'm giving two options. I know I wrote them down right here. The first one is, if you're living in the 3D world, just know that your 3D world is going to move into another world, and it will only move there if you expand and understand what I'm talking about. So it's like understand. So this may not vibrate with you, but it is going to happen. So in my messages, there are 3 documentaries that I think are very important for you to watch. And I'm going to mix them into the 3D world and then the UFO world, UFO world. Oh, that's a tongue twister. The unidentifying flying objects. I don't always talk about it like that because people have very bad thoughts about it, because the government controls everything. So don't forget that. The 3 documentaries, here's the 3D world one, is Out of Shadows. I will leave it in the description after I'm done doing the live. Out of Shadows is about a stuntman who was involved with Hollywood, and he brings it out to everybody, this documentary, that he finds out who is running pretty much the planet. And he shows you, I'm giving you a Reader's Digest version, he goes through a process of getting injured. So he's living the life of a, Hollywood stuntman. He's, living the dream, really. And he's working for these people. And then he ends up tying it into the CIA and how the CIA is all connected through this Hollywood streaming. And then the CIA is all about the mind control. I mean, they're showing me right now to tell you about Robert Monroe and how Robert Monroe is part of the CIA, and he brought in a system for out-of-body exploration, and it's called hemisync. And this is where I have some issues with people doing that, because I did not do it. And Robert Monroe works for the CIA. And since he worked for the CIA, they created binaural beats to put you in those dimensions. And I don't go to those dimensions because I don't want people to be in a Stranger Thing life. So Stranger Thing is connected to the Montauk Project. And I live on Long Island. And whenever I have this curtain on, you're going to know that I'm talking to you from Long Island. Whenever I have that background, I'm in Las Vegas. I'm in Las Vegas for the tall whites, by the way. Anyway, let's get back to the documentary. Is called Out of Shadows. CIA completely manipulating Hollywood. So that's why people are like, oh, yeah. Some people write on my comments like, oh, that was a movie. Hello, that movie was to like open up your eyes and your doors and to manipulate you, like the way Clockwork Orange, the movie Clockwork Orange. Yeah, that's all to manipulate you. And they were telling you in the movies. The other thing is, this is not a documentary, but these are the things, these are the people that I am watching, so that you know what I understand. I am watching And We Know, which is another outlet to what's going on right now in the in this 3D world. They go into geopolitical stuff, and then they go into a lot of the connections. Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing. This has been done for a very, very long time. It's called Project Looking Glass, and that Project Looking Glass is all about a unit really predicting the future. But the only way they show me this, the only way you can predict the future is by taking humans who start to give you the timelines. They're showing me the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise, and they're showing me the precogs, the precog people, the precognitive people that are laying in water with things cubed up there, and they go with scenarios. That is very true. So what's very true about it, they go through scenarios over all of this, and then they pick what the best scenario is. And what they did with children is that they took the children and they were the precogs. So it's very, very deep. And that's why I want you to know that And We Know is connected to, and I have to write it like that because I don't know if that YouTube would take me off. They're connected to those Q drops. And they're going to continue to tell you lies on HBO about these Q drops. So don't forget, they're showing me CERN. CERN is all about, the colliders hitting those atoms and changing time. There's one in Switzerland, but we have one on Long Island over at the biolabs in Brookhaven. Okay, so And We Know, great outlet. X22 is the other one that I like, because he too will bring in all the geopolitical stuff. And then he has a separate one between 15 and 18 minutes. He talks about, X22 talks about the financial. So everything is going to change. The next 3 months are very, very big. I really need you to understand that part. And then my last thing to tell you is about the UFO world. Now we're talking about another documentary. I'm going to put them on the site down here below. James Gilliland, he owns 2 sites now on Earth, one in Washington, to make connections with the extraterrestrials like CE5s, which are me bringing them in to our space. And right now I did a bunch of videos about going down a certain area in your town and you find it. But there's also things that need to be rebuked. You need to know that I'm in a land assignment course, which, let me tell you, I didn't expect to do anything, but God was like, get on that. And then it's a free site. So Jessie Zerbata, she is unbelievable. She's in line with Nathan Reynolds. Look for all these people. I will put videos on them. They will show you about what's going on in the Great Awakening. And I have only been in out-of-body situations, like under the tunnels. And to me, I have no idea why I'm always saving these kids, but because of my experiences, it has been answered. All right. And I put videos about that. So ECET has a message. It started off with 7 minutes and then he uploaded a new one, which is an extension of the first one. And it's a 12-minute message about how history has been a lie and that the light beings have been always connected to us. And then they strongholded us, the dark side, for us to be slaves. And in order to be out of their system, you have to live in the book of life system, because we came onto earth as dead people, as corporations. And so we live in the book of the dead. All right. And that's very deep, and I'll have to do a video on that. But I'm gonna have Mary Beaver get online. We're gonna try to do a thing live tomorrow or Thursday, whatever. In the next 3 days, we have to do a live, because we need to talk about the living in the book of dead and living and getting into the book of life. They're doing a lot of movies on this too, and I can tell you what to watch and you'll start understanding it. That's if you understand what I'm talking about right now, because being an out-of-body explorer has put me in this other world of being a medium and a psychic, and I do my work like pro bono. A lot of it's pro bono. Okay, because I have our 3D worlds. And then the other one that I think is amazing is Above Majestic. Now there are 2 documentaries, so I said I want you to watch 3 documentaries. Out of Shadow, the quick 12-minute documentary on ECET, it'll tell you what's going on. And then the Above Majestic and Cosmic Disclosure. They're both the same video, they just came out in different times. You're talking about Above Majestic coming out about 11 years ago. And those 11 years ago predicted everything that's happening right now with the the political end getting attacked, the separation of humanity, with the weather wars. They also talk about the light beings coming in here to give messages. They're also talking about the dark beings. So don't forget, like I said, life's about the yin and yang. So we never, ever disappear that dark side, because you're in constant battle with yourself to figure out who you are. And as long as you connect it to God, because I'm always in that like conversation with God, which is interesting because I'm throwing that book out because that's a demonic. You're actually in conversation with a devil. I showed you. But anyway, Above Majestic is I like that one. I always suggest that to people because it's a quicker one. It's long. That other than the Cosmic Disclosure, they're both the same one. Cosmic Disclosure came out after, but Above Majestic talks about, like what I said, the biggest part about it is they're talking about the closed indictments. The closed indictments are very big because they're coming into play in the next 3 months. And that's why these 3 months are going to go crazy. And I will do more lives to answer questions. So, that you should have these experiences, but your experiences are going to be like booming out of you, that you can all of a sudden, and they're showing me this is what's going to happen to some people, where you'll be walking in one room and you'll be like, why did I walk in here? And then you'll walk to the next room and you'll feel like it's a different time period. 1970, I saw a lot in my out-of-body experience, to 1980. My next video I wanted to do was how it was pulled into 1980, and they're showing me around 83, 84. So there was a lot of also attacks during those time periods, according to my dimensional jumps, but they're showing me that there are timekeepers. Those timekeepers are like in the movie or the series Loki. So like when I said, oh my God, he tried to Loki me in one of my videos, they tried to take your emotions and control you. And that's when you have to know who you are. And if you don't have those boundaries on earth, then you most likely won't have boundaries in your dream state, but you're in constant search of like the right video game room is how I put it, because there are things that they show me, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm out, or yeah, no, and I wipe them out and I move forward to the next scene because I know these are messages. Okay, so on that very, very note, do not forget, really important. I'm going to try to put it under the thing here. The documentary is Out of Shadows. And I have to tell you, you're probably not going to find Out of Shadows on YouTube because it's very manipulated here. You're going to find it on Rumble. So maybe I'll do a live on Rumble. So I'll try to put that in the thing. I think I put it in somebody else's thing in here. And then the two messages of ECET and Above Majestic, you might have to buy. It used to be free, Above Majestic on Amazon, but really listen to the message of the 12-minute message. Like take the time to make an effort on that, and then definitely go outside, because go outside just to get some kind of breath, even if, because I live in New York, so it's not a lot of time to go outside when it's cold, but the weather's out pretty nice now in New York. But it's really important for you to start making those changes, and really do not feel bad when you exit your friends. You're going to do yourself a favor if you already know that they don't serve you anymore. And the reason why a lot of people are friends is because there's an exchange, right? They listen to me and I listen to them. But if you think about it, if you're very good friends, you're still on the same line with each other. You still have the same understanding of each other. If they don't align anymore, it's time to get out. Like I feel really bad that I told my mentor, I'm out. I cannot be friends with you, even though I learned so much from you. But he was not going to be awake. He was not ready to hear that the political people that he loved and adored are demonic. And then there was another friend who kept making fun of this other political person. And I was like, you know what? I cannot be in that vibration right now. And I also said, I got to exit out. I apologized at this point, like, please forgive me. But these are the reasons why I had to do it, because I'm now knowing that they're a little bit more awake. Although it's not a severed, relationship, but it's on my line to their line. Okay, I will never push anybody to move forward to get better. That's your job. I will give you what may happen, in a sense, like here are things that you need to probably work on, but it is now your job to get better, or it's your job to really do the work. And that's why I say in some of my videos, I don't know, people, I'm only here to give you the message, and that's your job to do the work. And there's too many people that don't want to do the work, and they're expecting, because they're like, and sorry to insult some people, even some of the people that are trying to be healers, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to get a download. They're going to strike us right there. That's not going to happen. I'm just telling you. Okay. I have not jumped out of my body, and probably like the vibrational one, in a month, because I'm in constant protection, that it's very volatile up there. And that's why I wanted to explain to everybody how some of my out-of-body experiences are to show you some of the timelines that occurred and that will not occur again. So don't forget, the weather is still in play, meaning there'll be some chaos. I do see that. And that's why all of that is going on. Your insurance is going sky high, especially if you live in New York. So, and Florida, all those Florida, whatever. Bottom line is I wouldn't go to Florida, but whatever, because Disney is going to be attacked next. I did do a Disney video like a year ago, and how I saw all the tunnels, but I literally saw the crisscrossed humans being built. And what's amazing is I also, now show me the other one, there are beings down in the water that could change, meaning that they could walk on land and then go back. But know that all of those beings, they tried to trap those beings, and then they do the experiment on them, because those people have existed. So a lot of those folklores that you think are folklores are true. Um, that's, I don't know, that just made me say it, because I saw the greatest message from, guess who? Teal Swan. I did have an out-of-body experience with that. Not about this though. Teal Swan has a great video, and it's like her predictions of 2025. And basically, your free will is going to be challenged. You really don't have it. Your destiny is your destiny, and it's time to do the things that you need to do. All right. Okay. I'm going to get out. I am still learning this thing. Wanted to do it less than 10 minutes. Oh my God, how can 20 minutes go that fast? I completely appreciate it. I don't know if there's anybody on here right now, if anybody has any questions. But please, as a reminder, I just wanted to do a quick live because this is my first time doing live. And really go do the documentaries, and I will definitely put it all under the documentaries. Um, I'm seeing someone text me off. Okay. All right. Happy New Year. And I'm going to try to do some live scenes in the, I'm off the ocean, by the way. Well, my sister's really off the ocean. So we're going to go do a morning sunrise situation. So make sure you get out there. Make sure that everybody, how can I say it? I'm going to say it like this. Everybody, you need to have the balls to say the things that you have to say. You need to express all the things that you want to do. You want to write things down, write to yourself, tell yourself all the things that you want to do in your future. And you don't need to do it January 1st. You need to do it on a daily event so that you know the change is here. Also know that the people, I'm going to show me Brian Weiss, which I haven't listened to in a long time. Brian Weiss is all about all these past lives, many masters, many lives. And they took that off off of YouTube. I loved that video. It was like 32 minutes to talk about this book that he wrote. But that's in huge play. And Dolores Cannon. Oh, I'm trying to end this. I'm so sorry. I don't know. This is what happens. I'll start seeing pictures, and I'm like, someone basically the last two messages, or whoever's watching it right now, those messages are for you, because I know for a fact I have not heard about those people or like talked about those people in such a long time, that I know that these messages are for you. That means somebody right now has some eye visions. I see it right now. They have problems with the eyes, and there's a lot to do with a show, my friend Stephanie too. Those eyes are from a past life that you're having trouble seeing, that this life gets affected. And as soon as you really understand that life and do a ho'oponopono, which is, I love you, sorry, thank you, please forgive me. I just kind of twisted it like, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, thank you. I do please forgive me, and I forgive you. Those things start to clear up. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I don't even know if anybody can actually chat with me, but I would answer any questions. And thank you for giving me the thumbs up, because I will do more to answer and read people, because I do love YouTube better than the other platforms, but they are literally watching me all the time. I do Instagram. I got what I needed earlier on. Great video. Oh, geez, thank you. I do a lot of Instagram because I feel like they don't stop me from saying everything I need to say. That they're not, following me. But no joke, I've had an out-of-body experience where the men in black are following me, and I just did a thing on the Metropolitan Museum, and I'm like, they're following me, all from a selfie stick. But overall, your lives are dimensionally up here. So whatever's happening now, that's the deal. All right, have a wonderful time.